Well, I'm home. It's January 11th. I have not been home since December 23rd. I am exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. Um, Mom's surgery went very well. That was never the issue. She heals. She's healing quite well. Internally, she's great. She had a little issue with her incision, um, but it's being looked after. She like me, gets infections really easily. Jesus, I look like hell. One of these days I'm gonna film myself looking better. Uh, so, I was only supposed to stay at her place about 5 days. Yeah. Well, we found out that the neighbor, the nearby neighbor who drives, wasn't going to be home because her stepmother died, and she wanted to spend time with her dad before the funeral, so she effed off. We didn't even know she was leaving. She said nothing. Last we heard, her father was here. Um, and then suddenly she was gone. So we didn't know. So that increased my time staying there. Well, that's okay. I can deal with that. Then come the day before New Year's Eve, my mother's furnace breaks down. It's an old furnace. There was no point in just getting it repaired. And she had some cash, so she got it replaced. But of course, she had to get it replaced New Year's Day. Didn't cost her any extra, which was really nice. But, we had 2 nights freezing. And my mom's 82 years old. She keeps that house at like 25 degrees Celsius, which is around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Freaking hot. Way too hot for me. So, that happened. And we got that repaired. Um, the spare bed she had upstairs, the frame isn't working very well. So I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor. No, it's a carpeted floor, so, in a 80 degrees house. So I'm upstairs with the heat vent closed and the window open on the coldest night of the year. Speaking of cold nights, yeah. While I was staying at my mother's, now I was coming home every other day to feed my cats and everything else. I come home one day and one of the pipes in my back room had burst. Yeah. So the reason why it took us a little longer to get here, for me to get home, is A, the neighbor wasn't there in case she had an emergency. B, my pipes burst so my water was turned off. So my back is freaking killing me. My mother has stairs, so I was climbing up and down the stairs. I haven't slept properly in 3 weeks. I've had aches and pains all over me. I've been sweating my face off because it's so hot. Yeah. So I'm home today, and I'm really happy. um, yeah. I got the plumber just to close off the pipes back there because my back room, I've had the house about 20 years. Before that, the owner was renting it, and he turned this back add-on room. It's not really, doesn't have a foundation, and it's not like attached to the house. It's just kind of an add-on. It was really only designed for like a mud room kind of thing. But he somehow insulate because it doesn't even have a heat vent back there. You have to use a space heater or whatever. But he decided, in his infinite wisdom, the guy that was renting this, to turn it into a laundry room. But it was never designed for that. It's only got, your basic insulation, and it doesn't have a foundation or anything. So you put heavy appliances back there, the inevitable happens, and it's been separating away from the house for a while. I just can't afford to do it properly. It needs to be torn down. It needs to be torn down and rebuilt, and that's not going to happen. Certainly not since I lost my job in May. So I don't mind saying that when the plumber called the one day and had to cancel, and I had to stay another night at my mother's, I finally broke down. And I haven't really, really, really had a good... Well, when I lost my job in May, I had a good cry then. I think it was even on here. There's a video of it. But I got over that pretty quickly. But just the stress, like, don't get me wrong. I don't mind staying to take care of my mother. Of course not. It's the very least I could do for her, considering all she's done for me. But I gotta say, I finally just lost it when they canceled on me, because I just wanted to go home, like to get some rest, and to be with my animals and stuff. And I know that may not mean a lot to a lot of people, but when you don't have, like, when you're not married and you don't have kids, and I mean, I've got anxiety and issues, and I don't really like going out there at all. And especially since I lost my job, when I don't have to deal with the public, I'd rather not, because it's an anxiety issue. So, I mean, I just wanted to be home in my element. I think most people can relate to that. I finally lost it. I broke down. I was crying. I was a mess. And I mean, that's the last thing my mother needed to see, considering what she's been through. Anyway, yeah. So, it's good to be home. Tomorrow, I have to go out to my doctor's appointment to talk to him about a few issues that I'm having, that I'd like to get to the bottom with, and that, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's been a hell of a thing. Mom had heart surgery, and then her furnace broke down, and then my pipes burst, and it's been hell. It's been a rough 3 weeks. But anyways, I'm home now, and I get to sleep in my own bed tonight, and I think I'm going to do that very shortly. Have a good day, and Happy New Year.